I want to take a couple of minutes of your time to send my prayers and my love to each and every one of you who is experiencing some kind of loss at this moment in time. Maybe you've lost a loved one to the coronavirus. I send my love, my condolences and my prayers to you at this trying time. I'm sure it can't be easy. These things are never easy. So my prayers are with you at this moment in time. So if you're watching this and you haven't necessarily been affected by this, please share this awareness, protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and stay safe, okay? And a disclaimer for this video, in no way am I trying to make light of the current circumstances. It's just as I was looking at the symptoms, I couldn't help but relate it to how toxic people can be like this virus or any virus. They can literally plague the nation, as we have witnessed in the past couple of months. This year. I am just creating an awareness, things that you should look out for if you do not want to be a victim of the toxicity. So again, the focus of this video will be toxic men. In no way, shape or form am I saying all men are toxic. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are some people who are toxic, and this video is here to create that awareness, okay? So please do not twist my words. I'm sure the toxic people will want to do that. But do not twist my words. I'm only trying to create an awareness, all right? With all that being said, let's just jump into the video. How a person becomes toxic definitely varies, I would say. Just as most of these people who are infected by the virus, they don't necessarily show a clear sign of the various symptoms. You very well could be toxic and not even show a shred of symptoms. So it's not necessarily plastered on your forehead that you're toxic. That would really help, actually. It would really help. Sometimes you don't even realize the person you're with is so toxic until you're deep into the plague of that relationship or that marriage or situationship. We have all encountered a toxic person in our life at one point in time. I'm sure if you have, jot it down below. Let us know your stories. We want to know. We want to help each other. The damage can start off so subtle, so the type that you can't quite put your finger on that behavior, but you know it's not quite right. Most of the damage leaves you questioning your sanity most of the time. So definitely being able to spot the behavior, since it's not plastered on their forehead, being able to spot it definitely is a great start to identifying these things and then protecting yourself from it, okay? So in this video, we are going to dive into some of the things that these toxic people do that can help you identify them as toxic, and then I'm going to share how you can protect yourself from these people. And then thirdly, in the last part of the video, if at any point in this video you felt like I was describing you, so literally the shoe fits, you are the toxic person, you are the plague, then stay till the end because I've got a very encouraging word for you, okay? We're here to help everyone, toxic or not. Okay, that's what we do on this platform. So stay till the end to see how you can heal from your toxicity. All right, so right into the first thing that screams toxicity. This type of person will keep you guessing which version of themselves they want to show up as to you. So they can blow hot and cold throughout that relationship or whatever it is that you're in with them. So they can come across quite passive aggressive. So you don't quite know what you've done to upset them, but all of a sudden they can be quite cranky or whatever it is, just enough to show you that something is off, but not necessarily letting you know what is off, okay? Sometimes when this happens, the victim tends to want to make excuses for the behavior, especially if it's in, they're surrounded by loved ones that don't really vibe with this toxic person like that. You always want to make excuses to cover the behavior. Or on the flip side, you are constantly morphing yourself to fit the mold that they want you to be in order not to upset them. So you're constantly changing, you're like a chameleon to suit whatever behavior they choose to show you that particular day. What I want to tell you is stop trying to please them, because you know what? Nothing will be enough for them. That toxic person figured a long time ago that decent people like you will go an extraordinary length to make things right, make them happy, maintain peace in the household. They already know you're gonna do that. So if you're constantly trying to make them happy or trying to walk on eggshells so that you don't upset them, just stop it, because quite frankly, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to get you deep into identity issues where you don't even know who you are anymore because you've constantly been morphing into something. And then they can use that to bash you later down the line. The second toxic behavior to look out for is they will never ever own up to their feelings, okay? Rather than owning up to their feelings, they will find a way to act as though those feelings are yours. This is called projection. So they're constantly projecting what they feel on you. For example, someone who is angry but won't take responsibility for it might make an excuse of you being angry with them so that they can flip it onto you. And then when you act out, you become the perpetrator, you become the toxic person because now they're calm. You'll constantly find yourself trying to justify and defend your actions. It's like you're going in circles all the time. And the reason that it seems like you're going in circles because it was never about you in the first place. You were never angry. It's just they projected it on you and now you've taken on that cross, so to speak. You've taken on that virus. You're infected. You don't need to explain every single thing to these people. Remember that. This other point is very similar to the one I just spoke about. They will constantly want you to prove yourself to them. It's like you owe them something. They already know that you have plans with maybe your friends, your family, work colleagues or whatever, but they will show up at a point where in a way you kind of have to choose them. And if you don't choose them, again, they can use it to bash you at another time, which I'll talk about in a couple of points down the line. The next point is they will never apologize. This is very much in line with my red flags video, which I will leave the link down in the description bar. Go and check it out after this video. They never apologize because they can never be wrong, basically. They will lie and lie and lie before they ever apologize, if ever. They can constantly twist the story. They will twist it like anything. And they will convince you that the way you thought it happened wasn't the way it happened. Therefore, you're the one in the wrong, so you will need to apologize rather than them. What you need to understand in this moment in time, if you feel like you're getting into this cycle of arguments, you don't need to surrender your truth to them. Your truth is your truth. You know exactly what happened. This has happened to me before. But just remember that you don't need to surrender your truth. But what you can do is stop that argument, stop the circles going. Some people are bent on always being right over peace. They always want to be right. They don't want peace. They want the drama. Another toxic point is these people are never happy for you when there's good news, but they are always there when you're in the pit. They secretly love it when you're in the pit, in the valleys, in the darkness. But as soon as you have some good news, they can always find a way to downplay it, you know? They always have these sly comments to make you feel as though, yeah, it's not really that great, you know? Why are you so happy about that, you know? Everyone's doing it. They have a way to make you feel so insignificant. Don't let them dampen your shine or shrink you to their level. You don't need their approval anyway, okay? Just remember that. Another toxic trait is they can use non-toxic words in a very toxic way. So watch out for the tone, their tone. I remember there was someone who would say something like,
"What were you up to all day?"
Or something like,
"What did you get up to today?"
And in your spirit, you can tell that they're not genuinely asking you, how was your day? It's because the underlining factor is they want a way to say, you probably didn't have such a bad day as I did, boo-hoo, or you probably had a lazy day in whilst I've been out working and stressing or whatever. Basically, when you ever question their tone, they always become quite passive aggressive, like,
"I only asked you how your day was, now you're gonna make it into a big argument."
You know, they're always able to flip it. So watch out for these things. The next toxic point I would say is someone who always brings irrelevant things into the conversation at stake. When you're really trying to resolve important issues, you're trying to really say it as gentle as possible, they will find a way to twist it and bring something that probably happened like years ago into that conversation. So you're busy trying to defend that past issue and leave the current issue undealt with, basically. Somehow, everything is your fault. This is a toxic person you have on your hands. The next one, and the final one, I would say, is someone who's always able to pick on your tone, or the way you're saying something and switch it from what it is you're actually saying. So the emphasis is on how you're saying it, the tone, rather than the essence of what you're trying to convey. You may be trying to just get some clarification on an issue, or even try to resolve an issue, similar to the previous point I just spoke about. And then all of a sudden, it's moved from what you were saying to how you said it, and you're constantly having to defend how you said it as well. Again, this has happened to me before where things blew out of proportion. Literally, it blew out of proportion. You find yourself trying to defend your tone, your gesture, your body language, your sweat drip, everything. The way your lip twitched, the way your eye blinked, everything, you'll be defending everything. Meanwhile, whilst you're busy doing this, the initial thing you were trying to bring up, so the need that you were trying to get across, is still sitting there with flies playing around it because it was left unresolved or even brought to light. And then in a way, you have a pile of conversations that are literally left midway, like unresolved, and it's just stacking and stacking and stacking. And if you are in a relationship with someone and it keeps stacking and stacking and stacking, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to get sick, okay? Protect yourself at all costs, okay? Because if this poison gets into you, as I said, you will get sick, okay? It will seep into your body, your mind, and your soul. You'll be sick of them, literally. You'll be sick with bitterness, you'll be sick with resentment, just to name a few, okay? So with all that being said, this is how you need to protect yourself from this virus of a person. Are you ready? Stay aware of their tactics by watching videos like this that creates awareness and points you right to the things that they are doing. Watch videos, read books, read articles online. There's so much online, so that you can actually see the symptoms before they find themselves plaguing your life, okay? These people are unpredictable and constantly changing themselves. So what you need to do is become well equipped so that you know what you're dealing with, okay? And they know not to try you. I'm sure that you've heard that hurt people hurt people. These toxic people are just hurt little children inside that haven't dealt with their issues. But it's not for you to take that upon yourself. Be aware of it, and that is the first step. The second point is get you some mental, spiritual, and emotional sanitizers, people. Get your sanitizers on. Stock up on the ways that they're changing and manipulating people. Once you've watched these videos, note the tactics down so that when they come into your life, you know that, oh, hold on. Don't cough on me. Don't sneeze on me, honey, with your toxicity. Move back. Move. Cleanse your mind, your body, and your soul from these people so that you don't continue that cycle of toxicity. Heal from your past breakups and your childhood and adulthood traumas, okay? So again, you do not continue on that cycle. Remember, the toxic people want to infect you with their poison, so don't take it. This is kind of like your vaccine towards them. Get to know yourself so that you know your boundaries and your standards and your limits and your value and worth, so that they know not to venture your way. Okay? Thirdly, avoid, I can't stress this enough, avoid allowing yourself, your body, your mind, your soul to be touched, physically touched and spiritually touched by their poison, okay? You're busy letting them explore all the vulnerable parts of you. Basically, you are exposing yourself to this virus openly, like, come and infect me, okay? I have my guard down. That's what you're doing. Remember when I said in the beginning, they don't always look like they're toxic. They don't always look like they're sick. They can come like wolves in sheep's clothing, like a lamb, you know. And if you're one of the women that are codependent, the helper, the fixer, the Bob the Builder, or the Barbara the Builders, stay away, okay? Stay away. You will be investing too much into them and not getting anything back. Actually, you will get something back. It's more like resentment, bitterness, you know, plagues. So eventually death inside, if not physical death. You don't want to get there. There's so much to life than this, okay? The fourth point I would say is educate the people around you. I have found that this has helped me tremendously. Once I educated my loved ones that this is what I'm going through, so basically I've been infected, I had to let my family know that I've been infected by a toxic person and this is how I need you to help me heal, okay? So once I did that, it really helped me in the healing process. Anytime I felt triggered by what they were saying, at least they were able to show kindness towards me and gentleness towards me during that journey. So educate your loved ones, your friends, anyone who's in your inner circle about what it is you're going through, especially when you are infected by their toxicity. They will be able to offer the help that they can, or even encourage you to seek professional help, okay? And if, just like the virus, we go to the hospital. If you are infected, you go to a therapist or someone you can speak to get it out in the open, and then they can really give you the tools or the medication to help you out. So this is probably the only time I will ever tell you to share and spread the awareness as via this video. So yeah, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to share it and spread the word out there as well. So most importantly, if at any point in this video you felt like I was talking about you, I probably was talking about you. Again, in no way, shape or form am I telling you that there isn't a way out of this. But what I am saying is it has to come from you. You have to want the change for yourself. I can't want it for you. Your loved ones can't want it for you, okay? So this is some of the things I would say try if you feel like you are the toxic person, okay? Are you ready? Please stay with me. I'm saying this out of love for you, okay? Because you have so much in you, and it will be a waste to just be toxic, you know, and plague the world when you can spread happiness, joy, and kindness, you know? Why not? So the number one thing is stay home. Quarantine yourself. Quarantine, okay? Stay at home. And when I say stay at home, this is what I mean. Your mind is your home. Seek professional help. Cleanse your mind from all that past trauma that you're holding in you and all the present disappointments that you've been through that, quite frankly, you have never dealt with, and you're literally pushing it, like brushing it under the carpet. If you do not do this first step to avoid infecting other people, basically other pure souls, then please, please, please just do these other exercises daily, if not for the rest of your life. Toxicity has become a pandemic, if not an epidemic, okay? We're trying to help lives here. So number one, the real number one, well, 1A, if you don't want to stay home and get professional help, 1A is keep away from vulnerable people. Basically, everyone in this world. In all seriousness, stay away from people you know you can hurt. Stay away from them. 1B. 2. Sleep alone, okay? Sleep alone. Stop transmitting your illness through sexual activities. Sleeping here and sleeping there. Stop doing that, because what you're doing is you're spreading your poison through your bodily fluids. Stop it. No visitors. It ties in with the point I've just spoken about. No visitors. No Netflix and chill at my yard and all this low minimal effort type of things. Stop all of that. You know you've already sent countless of souls to their graves internally by your actions. Sit down and really think about it before you invite anyone into your yard. In fact, in capital letters, do not leave your home. This is your physical home at all costs. Don't go anywhere. Don't interact with humanity. Sit in isolation. Basically, avoid all of us because you are hurting the world. Again, in all seriousness, I empathize with you. I'm very serious here. What you're doing isn't nice, and it's not the way to treat human beings, male or female. It's never good. I know probably deep down you want to get better. You really do. But maybe you are afraid of the whole process because it's an unknown territory to you. You're probably yearning for someone to say, do you know what? I care about you. I love you. I want to see you do well in life. Maybe that's all you're yearning for, someone to give you that big hug and say, hey, I'm here for you. And that's what you can get in a therapist. So it takes me to my very first point. Go and seek some professional help, okay? A counselor, anything of the sort. Nowadays, you don't even have to go into the offices. You can do talking therapy over the phone. But if all of that sounds daunting for you, I am here for you. You can send me an email. All my details will be down below in the description. You can send me an email or you can send me a DM on my IG. Send it through. Get the pain out of you, but in a confined space. Don't go and dump it on your girlfriend or the person you're in a situationship with or your wife. Do not do that. Seek professional help. Again, I said I'm here. So I will be looking forward to receiving your email or your DM for help to help you through your issues. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. I know it was a bit of a heavy one, but it's something that was impressed upon my heart, given the turn of events that is going on in the world at the moment. A lot of countries are on lockdown. So, you know, there's a lot of unrest in the world at the moment. So I'm only trying to do what I can to spread a bit of love, a bit of encouragement, a bit of awareness. So I really hope that I didn't tread on any toes here, and that I delivered what I needed to deliver today. So yeah, until next time, take care and God bless. Bye bye.